Giannis Antetokounmpo. I have been on this train for years. Years. I said that if Giannis wants to win, if you want to win multiple championships, you have to find your way out of Milwaukee. It's no disrespect to Milwaukee. Well, what you did in 2021 is impressive. You won a championship. Lou Alcindor, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar won one championship in Milwaukee. You know what he said? I need to get up out of here. I need to go to LA. All the girls with the nice boobs and the nice weather, you know. Hell, I went to UCLA for college. I'm coming back to LA. I want to come back out here. I want to win. I want to have the chance to win. Yeah, I'm not saying that he has to go to LA, but he needs to get out of Milwaukee. And what we've been hearing, especially over the last year, is waffling. Oh, well, I don't want to ask for a trade. If they want to trade me, it didn't come from me. Then who did it come from? Just think about that. A franchise player who led the franchise to their second only championship in their history. They're just going to wake up one day and say, we're going to trade Giannis today. We're going to trade him today. You always talk to your star player about how they're feeling and what's going on, right? Especially in Milwaukee. And the reason why I say that is because, man, there's been a nice timeline of events over a span of years that I can be able to pinpoint and say, okay. Giannis putting his brother on the team, eating up a roster spot because he wants his brother there, right? Then after that, you had Adrian Griffin getting signed. And I don't know, Jimmy, do you want to lay out this particular thing or do you want me to do it? I have it here. It's fine.
You can probably do it. I'll probably know more than I do.
So let's go ahead and just go back to June of 2023, shall we? June 5th, 2023, Bucks hire Adrian Griffin as their head coach. In September of that year, they go ahead and they blow up their core, the same core 2 years prior that won an NBA championship. Drew Holiday and all the pieces that they had there. They got rid of them and got Dame in here, right? And when that happened, I said it was a big mistake. It's not going to work. And boy, was I right. So go ahead and do that, right? On Media Day, Giannis goes ahead and publicly says, oh, well, I didn't ask for the Dame trade. I stay out of this because, I let management do what I want, do what they have to do. Yet, you're the same person that will come out publicly and put pressure on the front office. So you're trying to tell me that you can publicly come out and put pressure on the front office and then blame said front office or put all of the responsibility on the front office to say that they made the deal. Really, dude? I got a bridge to sell y'all if y'all believe that bullshit. Let's keep moving. Bucks start strong in that season. They flying. Look good. They were 30-13 at one point in that season, but there was rumblings about Adrian Griffin not getting along with certain people, and they didn't like his schemes and his offensive strategies and all this other stuff. It just, it rubbed some players the wrong way. And in my mind, I'm like, I don't think that a coach's situation or job would be in jeopardy if some role players were discussing or being frustrated with their utilization or the offensive scheme or structure. Role players don't get coaches fired. But you know who does? Star players. Oh. And what ends up happening, right? Before Adrian Griffin gets fired, You know what happens? On January 8th, 2024, 8th, 10, whatever it was, Doc Rivers gets hired as a special consultant. The biggest scary movie in basketball, Doc Rivers. You hire him as a consultant for what? What is he consulting on? He can't tell you how to win. He's never had an eye for talent. What is Doc Rivers there for? I'll tell you what he's there for. He's there because Giannis wanted him there. As a security blanket, as an option B. Because, hey, I don't want this to be leaked out that I'm unhappy with Adrian Griffin's offensive style because I don't want to look like the bad guy. But I want Doc Rivers as a consultant. You tell me who the fuck is going to hire Doc Rivers to consult on anything? Who? No team in the NBA would ever do that because what are you asking him to consult on? He's not Jerry West. He's never put a team together. He's always been a head coach. That's it. So what are you consulting on? So as soon as I heard the hire, I came to this show and I said, Adrian Griffin's days are numbered. And let's go ahead and look. Not 2 weeks pass. And Adrian Griffin is fired after going 30-13 in his first 43 games. Sounds pretty good, right? You would think that a coach in his first year that's having success, you would think that you need time to be able to get those structures in place and those schemes to be able to get players to buy in. Sometimes buying in doesn't happen right away. And you would think that there would be some coaching search, some extensive coaching search. Hey, they bring in a consulting firm and say, hey, we recommend these guys. But you already brought in a consultant, didn't you? And who gets the job 3 days later? It's Doc Rivers. Oh. Is anybody shocked? No. There's not one person around the league or people who cover the league were shocked about this. You know how it's gone since Doc Rivers has been the... You know what Doc Rivers' record is since he became the coach of the Milwaukee Bucks? He is 84-81. And yo, you only got one person to blame. So, let's keep going, right? You got performance, the team is not playing well. Trades are made. And in the summer of 2025, before the season starts, we hear that the Knicks and Bucks were engaged in private conversations to be able to get Giannis to the Knicks. And he comes out weeks later and was like, oh, well, management was talking and my agent and I want to be with Milwaukee, though. I'm going to be here for the rest of the year. And after that, we'll see what happens. And everybody's just like, that doesn't sound like, him being locked in and all in with Milwaukee. Months pass, the Bucks continue to flounder. You can start to see that the frustration is starting to build more. And then there was some rumblings about his agent starting to field trade offers or interest about leaving. And everybody thinks that Giannis is the one that said, oh, I want to leave. I want to go ahead and finally get out of here. And he comes out and says, no. I didn't say that. I would never ask for a trade. How I feel today, I don't know how I'm going to feel tomorrow. If I feel different tomorrow, then that's tomorrow. And Everybody's like, what is this word salad bullshit that you giving us? Just let us know what you want. I'm committed to the Bucks. Cool. Now where are we? We're right back to that. Now we're hearing that the Bucks are now listening to offers. Why? Because they are tired of the BS, the back and forth, the waffling. And when this whole process started and how it's unfolded, it reminded me of another saga. It's very, very similar to a guy that was the end-all, be-all for their team. Everybody loved this guy. He was the good guy. He was always cracking jokes. They called him Superman. He wore a cape in a dunk contest. His name is Dwight Howard. And boy, do I remember how that Orlando Magic saga worked out. Let me go ahead and go see. Let's go ahead and go look at that timeline, shall we? Let's see. January of 2012. That's where it started. Well, actually, no. It goes back to 2011. So, Dwight Howard privately asked the Orlando Magic that he'd like to get traded to either the Lakers or the Nets. That goes public. There's public backlash. Orlando Magic fans are mad. And then all of a sudden, he says, oh, I still love Orlando, man. I love the fans. I love the city. January of 2012, Dwight Howard he's undecided and unsure about where he wants to go. So he's waffling. Doesn't know what he wants. He's undecided. And you know what he ends up doing? He ends up opting in to his final year of the contract. Now, if you wanted to leave, you can be able to opt out and you can be able to control your narrative in regards to where you want to go as a free agent. So everybody believed that he was planning to stay in Orlando long term because he reiterated that, I want to stay in Orlando. Well, him and Stan Van Gundy, who was the head coach at that time, never got along. He didn't like Stan Van Gundy. Everybody on the inside knew that. And Stan Van Gundy knew that Dwight Howard was trying to get him fired. And it got so public that they couldn't hide it anymore. And there was this awkward hug that they had that went viral at that time in 2012. There was no TikTok or anything like that, but it was broad news. Everybody's just like, ugh, that doesn't look right. That looks off. You could tell that they don't like each other, right? Dwight Howard has back surgery. And all of a sudden, Dwight Howard starts to talk again. He wants to win championships. He wants to do this. He wants to compete for titles. He doesn't want to rebuild. He wants to make sure that he's in a situation that can compete. Sounds just like Giannis, doesn't he? And shortly after that, Dwight Howard gets traded to the Los Angeles Lakers. So I give you that example for context because Dwight Howard made crucial missteps in his desire to leave Orlando. And the one reason why he made those missteps is because he didn't want to be the villain. Giannis is in that same boat that he doesn't want to seem like the bad guy. Like, oh, I have pulled this franchise around my finger for so many years. I've asked them to do this. I got Dame. I wanted Dame. I wanted this. I wanted this. I like Adrian Griffin, and then I didn't like him, and then I told them to go hire Doc. I wanted Doc. Doc's my guy. You have put yourself in this situation. The team is shit because of your decisions, because of the pressure that you put on Milwaukee's front office. But you don't want to be the public villain. You don't want Milwaukee fans to turn on you because they did a couple of weeks ago. If you remember, he was playing. They were down 30. He got an N1. And what did they do? they started to boo. And he didn't like that. And what did he do? Boo! Boo! He gave it back to them like a petulant child would. Mr. Oh, I can handle the pressure. Couldn't handle people booing you, and that's their right to do so. So where does this come down to? Again, you made them pick these groceries. The Milwaukee Bucks are in this position because of you. But yet you don't have the nuts or the courage. I'm not even going to go low on him like that. Pause. You don't have the courage to just publicly come out and say, I love Milwaukee, but it's time to go. Every Milwaukee Bucks fan, or not everyone, because you're going to have your detractors out there. No matter what you do, they're going to hate what you do. But the majority of Milwaukee Bucks fans would support you and say, thank you, Giannis, for the memories. You got us a championship. I never thought that I would ever see my team win an NBA championship, and you brought us that. But he doesn't have the courage to do so because he doesn't want to be the villain, and he's going to make the same missteps that Dwight Howard made on his way to LA, because Dwight Howard was never comfortable with the Lakers, because maybe that's probably not where he wanted to be. He just knew that he wanted to get out of Orlando. Giannis is the same way. He wants to get out of Milwaukee, but it's his responsibility to tell the Bucks where he wants to go and stop being the guy that has to be perfect all the time and the guy that everybody likes, or everybody likes Giannis. Nah, you want to win? It's about winning. When I win, everybody will like me again. I don't need to be liked by everyone. So that's what I see. So we'll see what happens. Where would Giannis go? Where's the perfect place for Giannis to go if he got traded? I think Golden State right now has probably one of the best packages. I hate Golden State, but it's ideal. The Knicks, very good place for them too, for Giannis, if they can be able to send Cat to Pluto, put a draft pick to it. They don't have much draft capital, so it'll be tough for them to make that deal. You have the Miami Heat. They're always fishing for big stars over there. So if they can have something to put together, we'll see. But the team that I would love to see him on is the Houston Rockets. Oh, that makes sense. Young talent. You have Alperen Sengun. You can be able to send him off to Milwaukee. You can send off Jabari Smith. There's so many different players that you can be able to put into that package. If you're Houston with Ime Udoka, with Amen Thompson, with Kevin Durant, you put Giannis on that team, and now that's a team that could be able to compete with San Antonio. Now that's a team that could be able to compete with Oklahoma City. Now that's a team that could be able to compete with Denver. That's a problem over there. So I want to see that happen. And I want Giannis to be happy, but I also want him to grow a set, because enough. I don't know how I'm going to feel tomorrow because just say you want out. That's it. It's like being in a relationship. You hate the girl or the guy, but you're too scared to break up with them. So you know what you do? You sit there and you wait. You wait until it unravels, until they are tired of you. What sense does that make? That could take 9 months. So you're going to sit in a relationship for 9 months because you're too scared to write a Dear John letter? What are we doing? Kobe Bryant, when he wanted to leave the Lakers, I'm out. Send me to Chicago. I want out. Kevin Durant he's always asked for trades. He don't even wait. The ink not even dry on his contract. I want out. I don't like the way that secretary looked at me. I want out of here. When you want something, go get it. Who cares if you're the villain? We've been looking at Kevin Durant as a villain his whole career. You think he cares? He doesn't care. He's comfortable in his own skin. And Giannis ain't there yet, I don't think. Because he cares about what everybody else thinks. Moving on.